your speed and improve your gaming stats. Upgrade to our new faster packages up to 1 gig. It doesn't have to be difficult to get Wi-Fi that works. Contact SRT and start loving your internet.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics. Vibeto Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibetoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics.
Don't put off little fixes around the house any longer. Call FTK LLC Property Maintenance and Improvement. That's FTK. No job too big or too small. Take care of your spring cleanup and tree trimming and removal. Schedule your spring cleanup now. Call 701-340-5524 or find us on Facebook. Again, schedule now. Spring is right around the corner. FTK Property Maintenance and Improvement, LLC.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Marco's Pizza invites all teams and fans to the Magic City for postseason tournament time. While in town, let Marco's be your place to go for the best in pizza. Try our pizza bowls, including a keto-friendly option. Marco's also offers subs, salads, wings, cheesy bread, and chicken dippers, and for your sweet tooth, Cinesquares. You can never go wrong with the daily medium one-topping pizza for $6.99. Order online with both carry-out and delivery options. Marco's Pizza, proud to be the sponsor of the Player of the Game Award throughout the tournament season. Let Marco's Pizza be your go-to place during tournament time. Call them at 852-7492. Marco's Pizza, 1250 4th Avenue Northwest.
Premier Movement of Minot is now open. It's time to focus on your better health. Premier Movement is taking all the necessary precautions and guidelines for social distancing and safety. On top of that, by design, our workout classes have always featured small groups for better focus, accountability, and better results. And speaking of accountability, we're locally owned and take pride in the services we provide in helping clients achieve their fitness goals. Try a free 2-week trial and see for yourself. Find us at premiermovementnd.com.
The Homesteaders restaurant on Minot welcomes all teams and fans to the Magic City for postseason tournament action. Looking for the best in family dining? Homesteaders is your place to go. They have a full menu, including breakfast, sandwiches, burgers, basket specials, and dinners, plus daily specials. They offer a wide variety of items on their salad bar, homemade soups, and homemade desserts prepared daily. Not only will you get a great meal, you will get great service from the Homesteaders friendly family. Open 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. The best family-style restaurant, the Homesteaders Restaurant, 2501 Elk Drive in Minot.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
When shopping for your next vehicle, shop Drive Chevrolet Buick, the dealer with the hometown buying experience and the big town inventory. Drive Chevrolet Buick has locations in Botno, Rugby, and Harvey. Browse the massive inventory online at drivechevrolet.com. New and used selections with small town prices. Our deals are worth the drive. drivechevrolet.com. The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag at Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Internet is an essential part of life today. So why is it so hard to figure out how much speed you actually need? At SRT, we provide fast, reliable internet packages to help you live your best internet lifestyle, so you can enjoy seamless connections across every device in every room. Bump up your speed and improve your gaming stats. Upgrade to our new faster packages up to 1 gig. It doesn't have to be difficult to get Wi-Fi that works. Contact SRT and start loving your internet.
For the 10th time this year, the Minot State University Beavers and the Jimmies from Jamestown come together for ACHA college hockey. It's the Planet Pizza pregame show for tonight's ACHA matchup between the number 6 MSU Beavers and the number 11 University of Jamestown Jimmies here tonight on the PSP Network. Nick Holberg alongside of former Minot State great to the goaltender in Holden Kurtz. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, tea parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show here tonight. Nick Holberg once again alongside of Holden Kurtz. Holden, full day of hockey here at the Pepsi Rink, and we end with a college hockey matchup and a big one here tonight for Minot State and for Jamestown. A 3-2 matchup last night at Wilson Arena in Jamestown that Minot State came from behind in and won. What do you expect out of tonight's matchup? But is there a way that Minot State could find an easier way to crack Tyson Brower, maybe?
I don't know. It's been an ongoing thing now for 5 years, but I think Jamestown's going to be hungry. You know, they had that game right in their hands last night, and Minot State ends up scoring too late. And then tough goal in overtime by Paul O'Connor, just throwing it on net, finding a way through. But I think Jamestown's going to be hungry tonight.
Jamestown's a team that comes in with a 12-10-3 record on the year, number 11 inside the ACHA. Minot State at 17-2-1. Minot State led in scoring with 24 points from Carter Barley. 11-13 for him on the season, 11 goals, 13 assists. Minot State's got some guys that could go as well with them. You've got 22 points for Nick Doyle, 19 points on the year for Landon Cochran, 14 on the year for Adam Walrick back in the lineup, 18 on the year for Jordan Robertson, 17 on the season for David Sheldon. On the other side, the University of Jamestown led with 23 points by Austin Crom. 20 points for Huckleluck. He's out of the lineup here tonight for Jamestown. 16 for Reed Wilson. 11 on the year for Jed on the season. Plenty of guys that could go here too. And of course, Chavez Leach with 19 on the year as well. The big numbers brought to you by the UPS store. of course, are the goaltender numbers of the matchup here tonight. Tyson Brower, a .913 save percentage and a .312 goals against average. He goes against Chad Durand. 89% save percentage for Chad Durand and a .284 goals against average. We talked to Wade Redare before the hockey game tonight. We're going to take a step aside and come back and hear from the coach in the Tires Plus Coach's Corner. That happens next. This is ACHA College Hockey here on the PSP Network. The Jimmies and the Beavs tonight from the Pepsi Rink here at the Mesa Arena.
30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Pregame show. It's time now for the Tires Plus Coach's Corner. All brands under one roof with the guaranteed lowest prices with the Tires Plus plan. We're joined by the head coach of the Beavers, Mr. Wade Redare. Feels like I haven't seen you forever. It's a nice reunion down here in the coach's room. How are you?
I'm doing really good. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it feels like it's been forever, just the way that the schedule's been set up and been on the road and everything going on in the building. And so we're just glad to be back in the Pepsi Rink.
Most recent game, a matchup with Jamestown last night, a 3-2 overtime victory. Talk about the comeback there. Boy, that certainly seemed like a fun one.
It did. You know what? We felt like we didn't play bad. You know, they just got a couple early goals early in the game, and then the game kind of settled in a little bit. But you know, we just didn't quit. You know, I felt like if we were going to get one, we were going to get another, and you know, we scored a nice shorthanded goal with about 2 minutes 12 seconds left, and we just had a sense that if we can just be able to get our extra attacker out there and get our shots on, and sure enough, a goal went back there, and then overtime anything can happen. And I think, you know, it's rare. You see Paul O'Connor is probably one of the best defensive defensemen in the country. You know, coming in there and rifling a shot to go in, and that's just how it is. But no, we finally found a way to win against our arch rival, and we'll definitely take it, especially on the road.
17-2-1 right now for your hockey club, ranked number 6 in the country. Are you satisfied with where this team is at with some of the limited games here this year?
You know, not necessarily, but I guess you kind of, with the parameters of what's going on with the season, you know, absolutely. You know, the rankings are really skewed right now with the algorithm because teams just haven't played enough. I mean, there was Calvin's in front of us. They've just lost 2 in a row since that last against weak opponents, and you know, and there's Ohio's 1-6, you know, and they haven't played enough games, so we know those things will kind of settle themselves out. We have to work on a few things as a team. You know, it's something that we're growing. I think for our squad though, we're starting to get better and better. First off, we're getting healthy. It's been forever that we've had 21 skaters. Last night was the first time since probably October that we've had 21 skaters, so we're just excited to finally get our guys back in there, and guys are finally working into their roles. And you know, as long as we keep getting better, but this is an absolute long season. Like right now it would usually be kind of a couple more weekends and then we're ready for nationals, and then we got another almost 2 months. So as a coach, it's going to be interesting how we, you know, adjust our practices and how we play our games. But you know what, for right now, definitely playing like we're getting better and better.
Fun to see the depth on this team, and again, credit to you and your recruiting here and some of these younger guys coming in. Touch on the depth of this group and how deep really you think you are.
You know, it certainly is. Absolutely, depth has been a key for us. I feel like this last recruiting class, we really hit some home runs. I mean, especially our back end. You know, we had some key players graduate on our back end, and we needed to fill those spots, and our new guys are doing a great job. And you know, we feel like we hit some home runs up front, especially with some of our freshmen, and Carter Barley's playing very well, and even Nick Doyle, who's been doing up there. But I think more than anything else, they really complement what do we need. You know what? We feel like we have the grittiest team. We feel like we have the best penalty killers in the country. We needed to add offense. You lost a Joel Swedlow, who was probably one of our top 10 in our program in scoring, and you know, we needed to replace those type of guys. So we're feeling like our depth is our key, and it's going to hopefully bode well for us down the stretch.
Can you put some emphasis on how big tonight's game really is?
It's absolutely critical for us. We just don't have enough games left in our season that actually count. You know, we have games against Williston and Bottineau, and those games don't count towards our rankings. I think actually after this game against Jamestown, it's Jamestown again, which won't be for another 3 weeks before another game that actually counts for us. So it's kind of the comes with the territory, and just, you know, inability to schedule games late, and some of these conferences are finally coming together and they're just playing each other. So it's absolutely critical. I feel like if we can take care of business and get a regulation win, it's going to propel us. But it's going to be tough. Like Jamestown as good as it gets, and they play as good as it gets when it comes to us. They might, not play very well against a Midland, but God knows when they come and play us, it is an absolute war, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
A war that I'm looking forward to tonight. Great seeing you. Best of luck here tonight.
That's Wade Regier earlier on tonight to the Tires Plus Coach's Corner. Time for game time here tonight. We're a little bit behind here tonight. They had the WDA, the North Dakota High School Hockey Tournament, to the West Region Tournament here today, all day. We got here this morning at 9:30 this morning for our first game of the play-by-play of that one, all the way up until the region title match at 4 o'clock. And here we are for college hockey today, so we do apologize for the shortened pregame show. Big hit over on the far side wing. Delayed call here, and a shot came in. And Doyle's down on the ice. He's had Doyle on the ice. From behind, a big hit over there from Krob. He got into, that's Richter that got into, who was that? Was that Doyle over there?
That was Doyle.
From behind, the hit that came up, and a power play is going to come out of this. Here with 22 seconds complete in the opening period. Face-off will be on the glove side of Tyson Brower. Nick Holberg and Holden Kurtz here on the call on the PSP Network. Thanks again for joining us here tonight to get matchup number 10 of the year. 5-minute major power play for the Beavers comes out 22 seconds in, and that's the start for Minot State that they'll take. Hopefully Doyle is okay. Those are always scary situations. Puck's taken back up to the point. Handled down by Soar over on the far wall it comes, and it's going to be worked in here from Barley. He walks and fires. A stop is made. Soar trying to knock it down at the line. He's going to have to regroup at center and send it back over to Adam Wowrick. Good to see Wowrick back in the lineup for Minot State. I haven't seen a game with Wowrick in it in quite some time. A player that comes in with 14 points on the year and 13 games played. Not a bad number for Wowrick on the season. Puck's going to be handled far side corner. Sheldon's got it here. He goes up top to Soar. Setting it up, goes back to Sheldon. Soar on a tee, sent it in. That one stopped by Brower, and it comes back in behind on the near side half boards. Underneath the net now, Wowrick's got it from back in behind the cage. Sent it up top. Sheldon back to Wowrick. He can fire it, moves it up to Soar instead. Paluk comes back over to the far side. Here's a drive in front, hit traffic there. And the Jimmies are trying to clear here on their kill. They do now, they work it out to center. We're down to 18:30 in the opening period, 3:50 left of that power play time. Anytime you get to start with a 5-minute major, obviously you want to cash in here.
Yeah, I think that's as best as you can get besides a goal, but Jamestown already doing their thing that they do and already have 2 or 3 blocks early on in this game.
Metcalf's in with it. Off to Doyle, he's back in. Sends it down underneath the net. Goes away to the far side over to Robertson, and Robertson's got it. Up top, he sent it across to Dylan Cassie. Good recruit for the Beavers. Sent it in, he fired it, hit traffic in front, went wide, came around to the near wing. Doyle tried to pin it in here. There's a scrum on the wall for it. That scrum continues. Out with it comes Metcalf. Across it came Robertson. Up top for Cassie. Cassie sending it over. Down to the corner for Robertson. Now Cochran. Back to Robertson. Robertson handling here. Cochran out front. Sent it up to Doyle, who's going to handle on the near side. Doyle with 22 points in his freshman campaign. Doyle down low. Sent it there. It's going to hit traffic. It's going to be taken. It's spun out of there. Fired all the way down by Popoff. He clears it the length of the ice. And Chad Duran out of the net to play it. 17:15 to play in the first period. Beavers are on white, by the way. If you're new to Minot State hockey here tonight, Jamestown in their black and orange here tonight. Puck's going to be sent out, and 200 feet down it comes. Nice kill so far from Jamestown.
So far, so good. Can't complain if you're Jamestown. Bad turnover by Duran behind the net.
Puck's going to be taken now by Sheldon out to center, and Sheldon's going to skate it ahead. He's in over the line. He's going to be pushed down to the ice. Comes back away to Barley. Back door out in front. Oh, what a play. What a save. Wowrick came up on the doorstep, and Brower said, I don't think so early on. Great A opportunity. And a good give-and-go play. The Beavers are fun to watch. Move that puck around. Brower's fun to watch in the blue paint as well. Exhibit A early on here in the contest. Barley down low. Sent it back around. Up top it comes. Over to Soar. At the point, Paluk's got it. He'll turn and fire. Brower didn't know where it was at. He made the stop. Comes back underneath. Crom's in the box. Richter's in the box for the next 1 minute 34 on the 5-minute major power play. Comes to Paluk. He's going to send it back across to Barley. Barley sends it up top. Now Soar again handling. Dropping it down. Barley going to work. It's going to be sent in. Hit traffic there. Clark's going to crash over to the far wall for it. Sheldon's got it down low, and Davis Sheldon spins away from a check. Up top now for Soar. Sent it in. That one hit traffic out in front, and down it comes. And the Jimmies doing a great job here in this 5-minute major, down to a minute remaining of power play time.
Big momentum swing early in the game if Jamestown's able to kill this off.
Here comes Doyle out to center. He's going to start the rush over the blue line. Now the red dropped off. Landon Cochran's got a head of steam. He's going to carry it down. Back in behind, up top to Doyle again. Doyle tried to send it to Cassie. A little bit of a miscue there for the Beavers. And it's going to come back out to center where it's dumped in. All the way down into the zone from Venny. And it's picked up by Cassie. We're down to the final half minute of the 5-minute major power play. Cassie's hit. With it is Doyle. Brought it to the half boards. Up to Robertson. Setting up shop now. Back over to Doyle. 20 seconds of power play time. Cassie's got it here. Doyle sends it far side to Robertson. In the corner it sets, and now it's going to be worked back up top to Cassie. Hopped over his stick, and now shorthanded out to center. The Jimmies and Crow moving ahead into Minot State defensive territory, but right back out. Here comes Cochran again. Cochran sent it out in front. Robertson sent one towards the net. That one went wide. Jimmy's back with possession of it. They've got a 4-on-2 back into the offensive zone. Taken, whistled on. Chad Durant made the stop. Jamestown player off of the net. Back the other way we come now for the Beavers and Metcalf. Here's Metcalf up to center. 12-point year for him. Walked it down. Taken here by the Jimmies. They're trying to clear the zone. Back up to center off a pop-off. He does it and sends it down to the near side. Back over to Paul O'Connor. O'Connor registered his first goal of the season last night in a big one. Early in overtime, the first shift last night. Minot State had to come from behind last night at Wilson Arena to take on Jamestown to pick up a victory. On the season, Minot State 6 wins and 3 losses against Jamestown. And a tough team at Jamestown every time these two teams get together. Something about this rivalry and the in-state stuff that just brings out the best in both of these teams, it seems. Fournier's got it, trying to shuffle it down in deep. Came over to Sheldon. Underneath the net it comes. Feels like we haven't been at a Beaver game in quite some time, doesn't it? About a month. Here's a drive that came in.
Feels like a new season starting tonight.
Yeah, it really does. We're putting together the game notes last night. We cover high school hockey in North Dakota pretty heavily in the West Region stuff. And Minot High played for a region championship today. They haven't won the tournament since 2006. I had them predicted to win it. They lost 4-0 to Bismarck Century. Century, a three-peat champion of the West Region Championship in that tournament. Another win for them. This puck's going to go up and into the rafters and a stop in the play here with 12:53 to play in the opening period. Putting the game notes together last night and going back and looking at last time we were at home, it was Minot State that took on Midland in a pair of those games that got a little bit carried away. Those ones not always fun when a runaway train comes to town like that. That was funny that night. We had a UFC fight. McGregor was fighting that night for the first time in a while. I finally had somewhere that I was looking to be other than the hockey rink after the game, and that game just carried on and on and on. The Beavers just kept pouring it on the Warriors. Walrick down low out in front. Here's a drive. Oh, shoulder stop there for Brower. Brower got the stick into Barley, and out to center it comes down for the Jimmies. They carry it in and send it in. Maxinuk sent it forward, take it there, and dumped in again. Duran's out of the net to play it, leaves it in behind, where Soar's going to pick it up here.
Good spot for Minot to shoot. Obviously, Tyson Brower's got a really good glove, but for players, as a goalie, it's hard when you put it right by the ear hole, somewhere around the head. Those are hard saves for a goalie to make, so let's see if Minot State does a little more of that, as Drew Carter did.
Dumont's going to carry it in. Maximic Had it momentarily. We've got a call coming here. And Adam Walrick's going to go to the box on a hooking call with 12:03 left in the opening period tonight. Thanks again to Planet Pizza, bringing you the pregame show tonight. Planet Pizza is the area's ultimate party location for school parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza, 701-852-1700 if you're watching in the Magic City tonight. If you're watching from out of town tonight and you need pizza next time you're in town, I highly recommend Planet Pizza. The Blue Buffalo pizza is my go-to there. That stuff is fantastic. Anytime a local pizza place can be around for 20 years, you know they're doing something right. They've been around for over 20 years. First power play of the night for the Jimmies. Down in deep underneath the net, scrum forward. Puck goes away on the far side. Beavers trying to clear it out here. It's going to come into the possession. Up top in the fired on shot from Austin Crom, the point leader with 23, looking for 24. Sent it wide. They need to regroup out at center ice. Crom's back in. Hot angle shot, put it on. Chad Duran's going to come up with the stop, and then look out. Crom's going to get jumped on by Dylan Cassie. Cassie taking care of his goaltender early on tonight.
Yeah, anytime you see an extra slash on the goalkeeper when he's got the puck covered or somewhere in his body, definitely want to take care of your guys.
Never fun. A misconception I have to think for a lot of hockey people is that doesn't hurt the goaltender because they look like they're so heavily padded. However, it could be the furthest thing from the truth.
Yeah, there's some times where they can get under your padding, especially on your glove. You know, you got the puck covered, top your hand on it. Next thing you know, you got a stick coming down over the top of your wrist or hand, and those ones can hurt.
Never fun when that happens. Glove side of Chad Duran. Got the call here tonight for the Beavers. It comes over to the far side for Dosco, and he's going to fire it down. In the conversation with Wade Reguer before the game tonight, he touched on his penalty-killing unit and their ability shorthanded. Has the vision that they are the tops in the country when it comes to that category. Hard to argue with it. Here's Clark that walks in, fired, and a shot was blocked by Dosco out in front. And Clark's got it back. He's going to turn the motor on up at center. Clark's in. Hits the brakes. It's going to be taken away by the Beavers, shorthanded. And Carter's out to center. He's got a streaking Sheldon with him. Sheldon out in front. Here's a drive. Backhand sent it wide. Puck's down in deep in the corner. Shorthanded for the Beavers for the next 30 seconds. Down low, still scrubbing for it. Richter freed the puck. And the Jimmies will start their rush up to center. Over the line, taken here by Heitkamp. He sends it in. Came back behind Paul O'Connor. Now here's a drive. Chavez Leach was in and he fired. And the second save of the hockey game belongs to Chad Duran on a hard shot from Chavez Leach.
Anytime you got a penalty kill unit that's willing to lay everything on the line, block a shot, it's going to be pretty tough to beat. Both Minot State and Jamestown do a heck of a job of blocking shots, getting lanes, and clearing pucks.
Well, when Wade Reguer talks about the penalty killing unit, he's got some pretty good ammunition to back up his argument. Wraparound side of the net. Chavez Leach was denied by Wheeler on the side. Look out, Cochran running two there. And it comes back up top. We're going to go back to full strength in 2 seconds. Shot came in and Duran made the stop. 1 second remaining of Jamestown's power play time. The Beavers at 95% on the kill. That's coming through the 20 games that they've played on the season, excluding last night, coming in before last night. A 95% kill is darn near unheard of, isn't it? I mean,
I don't remember the last time I've heard of a team having a 95% save percentage. Penalty kill through this many games.
Well, and on your note there, I mean, having a 90% save percentage would be customary for most teams to be happy with through the majority of a season, let alone a 95 kill is unreal. Jamestown's power play, currently the hottest in the ACHA. Their power play cooking at 20.8%. However, they're 0 for 1 here tonight. Suzinski's back in his own territory. He's going to send it up to center. Comes into the offensive zone. Bergeron's got it here. He's pinned up down and deep by Wheeler. Now Schuster's in the corner. Schuster scrubbing for it. His younger brother on that Minot High hockey team. 4 championship banners combined between the Beavers and Minot High School. Two national title banners for the Beavers, one back in 13. Look out, that one's up and out of play. And the other in 19. And Minot High's got a championship banner in 92, one in 2015. Schuster was in on the 2015 Minot High team and on the 2019 Beavers National Championship team. We've got a timeout on the ice. Media timeout. We're going to do the same thing. 0-0 on our first International Bank and Trust scoreboard early in the hockey game. It is ACHA College Hockey here on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Tenth matchup of the year between Jamestown and Minot State. Beavers holding, well, they were holding a shot advantage at 5-4, not for long. It's now 5-5 as the Jimmies will dump it in. Johannesen back behind his own net. National tournaments have been announced and where they'll take place. Division II for men's ACHA will be played in the capital city and in Mandan of North Dakota, capital city of Bismarck, and in Mandan, North Dakota, which is basically right across the river. Oh, side of the net, firing up. Had the opportunity on the side of the cage, and that one was sent up and over the blocker side on the opportunity, and an excellent one on the side of the cage.
Looks like Wade Johannesen got just enough of that to send it up and over. Good defensive play there.
Pop-off's in, he fires. Had saved Chad Duran. Puck's pushed back out to center. Chavez Leach has it here, and he'll send it back in behind. Paul O'Connor off to Dylan Cassie. ACHA Division I Women's will be held here at the Pepsi Rink in the Magic City. That'll be exciting. Good for the city of Minot. Minot State women's save out in front. Duran's going to gobble it. He'll hang on to it. Barley pushing Crom out of there. And the men are going to head off to St. Louis, I do believe.
Pretty nice facility, though, in St. Louis. St. Louis Blues practice rinks shared with Lindenwood. You know, full bowl, brand new. I think 2 years ago was the first year of existence for it. And hopefully, you know, should be a good national tournament for him. Hometown of Paul O'Connor.
Sure, he'll have plenty of family at that one.
And he's got a big family.
It will be fun. Sure, some of them are tuned in tonight. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast here on the PSP Network. Tweet at us. Let us know where you're at tonight. Across the globe. Well, we've got a pretty good group of our friends from the north joining us here tonight. Can't wait for that border to open up. Some of these freshmen of this group that have never been able to come down to the Magic City and witness a game here. Big cross check from behind. Look out. Barley took one right in the back. And back to the power play go the Beavers. Their second power play of the hockey game. Wowrick's got words here as well. Easy call for Devin Blada as Morgan Venny put the cross check right into the back of Barley.
As Dean Stork, those are some penalties I'd be pretty mad at my players for taking. You know, you get a good shove straight to the numbers with the nameplate of the offensive zone. Easy call for the ref, and Minot State's back on the power play.
Second power play of the game.
Number 10, Morgan Venny. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Once again, that's Venny of the Jimmies. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Your Beavers are on a First Western Bank and Trust power play.
Well, there you hear Tyler L. inside the Pepsi rink on the PA work here tonight. Puck comes back over to the far side for Robertson, taken away and out to center ice. It's going to be pushed ahead here by Crom. Crom's in, he fires, and the stop was made. Short-handed opportunity there. The faceoff will come back on Chad Duran's blocker side. Well, we talk about Minot State's penalty kill at 95%. They're not too shabby with the man advantage. They currently sit at 15.3. Number 2 inside of Division I college hockey. Jamestown's kill, they're not bad either. 85% for the PK. Again, their power play currently at 20%. Kills good tonight. They killed off a 5-minute major. And they launched the puck all the way down the length of the ice and back in behind the net, setting it up as Soar. Up to center we go. Soar's going to walk it over the red line. Now Barley's in with it. Out in front, puck's taken it. Sent the length of the ice again. Popoff sent it down. Back in behind the play here. Cochran has a man on top of him. That's Suzinski. You hear the Beavers fans not liking that. Up to center it comes. Davis Sheldon turns the burners on. He's right at the blue line. He's going to be ridden off of the play. Then Adam Wawrick came in. What's the call here? Interference. Do you like that call?
Is that what he called?
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with it.
Well, I don't, and that's why I brought it up. I guess I thought that was just a hard-working play from Wawrick, but
I mean, I didn't see anything that I would have found a penalty for, but apparently Eric Steele sees a little different than we do up here, being on the ice.
Well, and again, all the respect in the world to those guys doing a job that I certainly don't want to do. Frankly, I don't think I'm in good enough shape anymore to be able to skate with a bunch of college guys out here. Some of the top college hockey players in the country in the ACHA. Puck's going to come in on Brouwer. We're 4-on-4 for the next 24 seconds. Under 5.5 to play in the opening period tonight. Johannesson drives that one down to the corner. It's going to be picked up back in behind Tyson Brouwer by the Jimmies as they go to work with it. Out to center and down it comes. Back to that conversation on the icing call here, brought to you by our friends at Magic City Inspection. Locally owned company committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. Find them online, mountaininspections.com. Well, when you talk about not having the opportunity to come watch your friends, family, boyfriend, whatever it may be, in his first college hockey appearances and all the way through a whole season, I know that can't be easy, so hang in there, everybody that hasn't been able to cross the border due to that. Doing our best to bring you the coverage here on the PSP Network so you could at least follow along. Holden Kurtz next to me here, the former Minot State great goaltender that graduated last year. We've been calling Beavers games for a while now, and the PSP Network glad to be a part of it again here in 2021. Puck's taken and shot out of there by Chad Duran, and the puck's going to be sent right back in by the Jimmies. Shorthanded are the Beavers for the next 42 seconds as Wawrick's in the box. That one launched all the way down the length of the ice. So much to the fan experience. However, this year's been a different year as well. We haven't had a rocking crowd in here the entire season due to some restrictions. Richter's back in with it. Dropped it off. Bergeron's going to skate it down. Sent it out in front. Nobody home. Suzinski dropped it back into the corner. Sent down in front. Bergeron couldn't pull the trigger. Now Heitkamp shuffles it down. Bergeron again. Up top to Heitkamp. Across it came across the line. Suzinski blocked by Schuster. Wawrick's out of the box and we're at full strength. Comes back away now to the possession of the Jimmies. They're underneath the net. Sit down in front. Nobody there. Comes back away to Heitkamp at the line. 3.5 to play here in the opening period. Drive delivered in. That one went wide. Wawrick tried to clear it. Held in by the Jimmies again. The captain Fournier in after it. But it's taken by Heitkamp and delivered down and deep again. Sword trying to get it out of there. Minot State needs a change right now with 3:19 left. Chavez Leach is hitting, fires, and Chad Duran's going to deliver that. He goes down into the butterfly and hangs on to it. Some of those games, do you have one that comes to mind? Obviously, over your time of the 4 years at Minot State, or 5 years at Minot State?
5 years.
5 years at Minot State. There's been some times that this place has been sold out show and pretty lively. I remember that first year that University of Mary, that rivalry came to fruition. That was quite interesting how many people were here for that. Of course, those two opponents on the basketball floor and probably the gridiron is where they're the biggest rivals for many, many years here at Minot and Bismarck. University of Mary just an hour and a half straight south on Highway 83. or any time that there's big name opponents that come to town. Some of the names like the Oklahoma Sooners and Cyclones from Iowa State, some of those places. Any that stand off the paper to you in your memory? That
the first year in the Pepsi rink would have been, so my sophomore year, we first one was Iowa State. They came here for a weekend, and our Saturday night game, I want to say at least 2,000 people. And then there was an Arizona State game that same year, a couple months later, and once again it was another 2,000, 2,200 people here.
In a venue that holds 2,400, it's never reached its capacity. The fire marshals never had to come in and shut it down, which is surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I've said it before on here, but you know, this rink, the way they constructed it, just the atmosphere when you get it half full, and if people are lively, people are doing their thing, having some fun, it can get loud in here. And you know, 2,000 people just doubles that, and you can imagine how loud that gets.
Doyle up top. He's got it across the blue line. Sends it over to Metcalf. He's in the dot. Crack up top, Doyle. Over across. Cassie fires in. Save in front. Shot save again. Up to Cassie. He'll turn and fire. Richter blocked it in front with the help of Clark. And we're down to 2 minutes to play in the opening period. Cassie's got it again. He'll whistle one in. And Cassie sends in a twisted wrister. And a nice stop there. I have to tell you, after watching high school hockey all day long, going from that game to the college game, and just the difference in how hard the shots are fired. And obviously this is a no-brainer thing. It's not like we've landed on the moon in my brain here or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but just the difference in how hard those shots are coming and what that means for the goaltenders and everything involved in it is just so interesting. That step up every time you go up the ladder. Certainly the college game's much different than other levels coming in.
Yeah, I mean, then you get to a certain point, you know, division college, NCAA, D1, you get up to the pros, semi-pros. The biggest thing that changes, you know, everyone can shoot the puck hard when you get to a certain level. But the biggest thing is the guys that can change their angles on their shots and their releases are just that much more quick, and then it's easy to catch a goalie off guard if they're not ready for it.
Paul Luke's up to center. Taken out by Barley into the zone. They come back to Barley. Here's a play to Walrick. Oh, big stop. Right back out in front. Walrick sent it out. Somehow got the carom off the end wall and put it into the blue paint. And Brower made the stop. 44 seconds remains of power play time here for MSU.
Early on, Brower's anticipation is what I've noticed. He's one step ahead of Minot State. He's seen what's developing before they have a chance to make big saves.
Puck's going to come back on the blocker side of Brower. Back when I was 23 years old, I got my dream job working in the East Coast Hockey League. Here's Cassie at the line, shot it in, and he hangs on to it. Landed a gig with the Ottawa Senators AA farm team in the ECHL. And I remember how blown I was away from going from the North American League and Tier 2 Junior A in North Dakota and the Bismarck Bobcats, which was good hockey back then in the early 2000s. Off to the ECHL, it just seemed like every single goal was a highlight reel play, and the way that guys can move the puck around, I feel that same way about Minot State. They certainly, over the past years that I've covered the Beavers, there's been some major skill in the lineups. Here's some right in front. Metcalf fired it on. Comes back up to Doyle at the line. 12 seconds of power play time. Doyle over one-timer, sent it in just wide. Came back to Doyle, and now Cassie's got it here. Back off to Doyle. Doyle blocked out in front by Richter. Crom's out on the attack, out of the box. It's taken here off the near side. Dumont's out of the box, and it comes back to Cassie. All right, kids, get ready to cut them down. We're at 16 seconds now as Robertson's back in, and he's going to dump it down to the corner. 10 seconds in the period. Puck comes away to the near side. Look out, puck's up into the seats, and a Souvenir finds a fan. We almost got to get to a point, glad everybody's okay in front of us, we almost got to get to a point where cell phones should be banned inside the hockey rink. Those people had no idea. Instagram is more important tonight. They almost got taken out right here in the front row. Everybody is okay.
That's one of those things, you know, in the NHL, shots are coming out of this arena pretty quick. Well, any level, but, you know, I think it's one of those things where netting might be a all over eventually here in the next 5 to 10 years.
Well, anytime I see anybody with kids, especially real little ones, tell them make sure you got to sit down low below the glass and somewhere back behind the netting to keep it safe. Scoreless at the end of one tonight. Let's move to our premier chiropractic intermission report. Minot State to Jamestown in a slugfest early on. Shots are 11 to 11 after one period of play. It's ACHA College Hockey, number 6 Minot State, number 11 Jamestown. Nobody on the board yet.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
When shopping for your next vehicle, shop Drive Chevrolet Buick, the dealer with the hometown buying experience and the big town inventory. Drive Chevrolet Buick has locations in Botno, Rugby, and Harvey. Browse the massive inventory online at drivechevrolet.com. New and used selections with small town prices. Our deals are worth the drive. drivechevrolet.com. The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag at Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Internet is an essential part of life today. So why is it so hard to figure out how much speed you actually need? At SRT, we provide fast, reliable internet packages to help you live your best internet lifestyle, so you can enjoy seamless connections across every device in every room. Bump up your speed and improve your gaming stats. Upgrade to our new faster packages up to 1 gig. It doesn't have to be difficult to get Wi-Fi that works. Contact SRT and start loving your internet.
We're through one period of play tonight at the Pepsi rink. 8 o'clock start tonight. And a late one for the Beavers due to that hockey tournament at the high school level here today. And we've got a slugfest on our hands. Shots are 11-11 at the end of one. Nobody's on the board yet. Nicole Berg and Holden Kurtz here on the call. The Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Dr. Kirk Mason and Dr. Cody Haugen, along with Dr. Becky Perry-Domries, can be found at Premier Chiropractic at premierchiropracticnd.com. Our family's choice for chiropractic care in the Magic City. Holding your analysis of period number one. A good hockey game here tonight. 2 power plays on each side, 1 5-minute major for Minot State. They were unable to score on any of those, so were the Jimmies. 0 for 2 for them. Your takeaway and the big takeaway from period one tonight.
Well, early takeaway, that's about 11 minutes of that period. We're on the special teams for both teams combined, so, maybe flow isn't quite there, back and forth play isn't there yet. But, if I'm Jamestown, killing off that 5-minute major 30 seconds into the game is huge. That's a little boost of momentum for them if they're coming in a little sluggish. Both teams, though, blocking shots, getting the job done, taking care of their own ends.
Any major changes first for the Jimmies from Jamestown that you can see need to be made here tonight?
Oh, I just think Jamestown's playing their typical game, grind it, find a way to get some goals in the net. And, they're one of those teams, you get one goal, they score one, and then you getting your first is tough to come by. So I think they keep doing what they're doing. And then as far as Minot State goes, as I noted earlier, Tyson Brower's anticipation right now, he's reading the play before Minot State makes it, and he's getting to his spots right there. If I'm Minot State, maybe look to be a little more unpredictable. Take a shot. He plays so deep, so take a shot up high, beat him low, go for a rebound, do something different than what you're doing right now.
Wade Regere's in that room right now. What are these situations like from the college hockey coach and two-time coach of the year, Wade Regere? Any major words from him, you think, after a period like that here tonight? I mean, can't be completely dissatisfied. You'd like to see the power play score, obviously.
Right, wasn't like they gave up big chances in the D zone. That's the biggest thing. I preach it to my kids all the time when I'm coaching. Take care of your D zone first, and the offense will come. But obviously with the 5-minute power play, along with another 2, you want to have at least 1 out of there going into the second period.
This is the Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report here on the PSP Network for ACHA College Hockey. Tonight we've got an opportunity to take a look at the first poll that came out in the ACHA. This is brought to you by our friends at CleanTech. You can get COVID-19 deep cleaning services for your home or business with CleanTech LLC. This is a proactive deep cleaning service that includes disinfecting and sanitizing. Don't forget about CleanTech's 24/7 disaster response and restoration services. Visit them online, cleantechllc.us. CleanTech coming to the rescue since 1992. Wade Regere alluded to this in the pregame show tonight, that due to the COVID season and so many goofy scenarios on how many games have been played and the way the computer rankings work, Kelvin's in the top 4, the team that he was talking about how they just got wiped out by Liberty the other night. I'm sorry, not by Liberty, I believe by Midland the other night, I believe is what he was saying. When you look at these computer rankings, this is how they stand right now. Lindenwood number 1, Adrian number 2, Davenport 3, Kelvin's 4, Liberty's 5, Minot State on the outside of the top 5 looking in at 6. Ohio's at 7. Iowa State's at 8. Lawrence Tech is at 9. Indiana Tech is at 10. Jamestown 11. Maryville 12. Missouri State 13. Kiwanis is at 14. Midland 15. McKendree at 16. Concordia Ann Arbor's at 17. Rochester's at 18. And Waldorf rounds out the 19. Teams that I've never even heard of in the ACHA. And there's your rankings. Am I on a line saying that? I mean, I don't know half of those.
There's
not the usual suspects. Some of them, of course, but not all of them.
A couple teams in there. I think McKendree might have been in there a couple times throughout my 5 years here, but for the most part, there's a lot of teams in the top 20 that, they haven't been in there for a long time. Maybe things can change, obviously. Get some players and whatnot, but for the most part, that's what it's going to be, though. We're playing hockey at the end of the day. I'd rather have that than no national tournament. It's going to be tough. They just got to do the best they can. And, I think they shouldn't rely completely on the computers, but obviously they have a little different system than most.
The computers are where they're ranked and how they're ranking them. Minot State at number 6. Without seeing Lindenwood, Adrian, or Liberty on the year, hard to maybe tell where they would fall into place. I know you've got a pretty good beat on this. Do you think Minot State's better than 6th in the country right now?
I think they are. You're obviously going to get your Adrian, you're going to get your Lindenwood. As far as I know, I watched Liberty play against when they played Long Beach State University. those are 3 teams right there, deserve a top 5 spot. And I think Minot State's right in that saying too. That's those anywhere in the top 4, top 5, anybody can take those spots over. But first ranking, every game though is amplified, especially in a COVID-shortened season. With you're not getting your competition, you're not going to play other teams. So, as Wade alluded to earlier, Coach Regier, those regulation wins really matter this year.
Scoreless at the end of one period played tonight. On our way to the second period of play, Nick Holberg and Holden Kurtz will be back with more of our Premier Chiropractic intermission show. We'll come back and get you set up for the second frame here tonight. We'll also take a look at the ACHA's top point producers and some gentlemen on that list as well. On that list, that some surprises across the board. But like Holden said, we're playing hockey here in 2021. Great to be here tonight on the PSP Network for MSU Beavers Hockey. Back with more of the Premier Chiropractic intermission report when we return.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Don't put off little fixes around the house any longer. Call FTK LLC Property Maintenance and Improvement. That's FTK. No job too big or too small. Take care of your spring cleanup and tree trimming and removal. Schedule your spring cleanup now. Call 701-340-5524 or find us on Facebook. Again, schedule now. Spring is right around the corner. FTK Property Maintenance and Improvement, LLC.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Marco's Pizza invites all teams and fans to the Magic City for postseason tournament time. While in town, let Marco's be your place to go for the best in pizza. Try our pizza bowls, including a keto-friendly option. Marco's also offers subs, salads, wings, cheesy bread, and chicken dippers, and for your sweet tooth, Cinesquares. You can never go wrong with the daily medium one-topping pizza for $6.99. Order online with both carry-out and delivery options. Marco's Pizza, proud to be the sponsor of the Player of the Game Award throughout the tournament season. Let Marco's Pizza be your go-to place during tournament time. Call them at 852-7492. Marco's Pizza, 1250 4th Avenue Northwest.
Premier Movement of Minot is now open. It's time to focus on your better health. Premier Movement is taking all the necessary precautions and guidelines for social distancing and safety. On top of that, by design, our workout classes have always featured small groups for better focus, accountability, and better results. And speaking of accountability, we're locally owned and take pride in the services we provide in helping clients achieve their fitness goals. Try a free 2-week trial and see for yourself. Find us at premiermovementnd.com.
The Homesteaders restaurant on Minot welcomes all teams and fans to the Magic City for postseason tournament action. Looking for the best in family dining? Homesteaders is your place to go. They have a full menu, including breakfast, sandwiches, burgers, basket specials, and dinners, plus daily specials. They offer a wide variety of items on their salad bar, homemade soups, and homemade desserts prepared daily. Not only will you get a great meal, you will get great service from the Homesteaders friendly family. Open 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. The best family-style restaurant, the Homesteaders Restaurant, 2501 Elk Drive in Minot.
The ice has been resurfaced. Time for our second frame coming up here in about 4 minutes tonight on the PSP Network. Nick Holberg and Holden Kurtz on the call on the PSP Network. It's the Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding communities with the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find Premier Chiropractic online, premierchiropracticnd.com. Becky Perry-Domries, Cody Haugen, and Kirk Mason, the 3 chiropractors at Premier Chiropractic that do a fantastic job. Our family's choice for chiropractic care. Did a little research at the break. Waldorf 1-14 on the year, he said, 1-13.
1-13, got their first win last night against St. Cloud State, D2 team. So,
how many are going to advance to the national tournament? Have you seen that number of what that is?
Well, it's usually 20. I mean, I assume they try to get, stick that at 20. I think there's 57 teams currently playing, 58 somewhere in there. So they definitely have enough. But, I think as more teams ramp up, get some more games under their belt, I think that'll change a lot of the standings.
Props to the ACHA. They have put the website back together, and we've got stats, and we've got all sorts of stuff online. We appreciate the ACHA. I know that that's been a grind for them here at a challenging time, transitioning from an old website to a new and all sorts of stuff like that. But hey, we've got some stats for you. The top 14 of the country is what we'll look at now according to Point Production. It's brought to you by our friends at the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7, and Saturday, 8:30 to 3. The UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. In this contest today, nobody is in the top 10. 3 players from the University of Mary are 1, 2, and 3. Alexander Flissick from the Marauders, 44 points in 29 games for him. Zach Garrett, 43 points in 29 games, and Seth Cushing, 37 points in 29 games. They've got D2 players on this list as well. And you find Carter Barley at number 14 in the country with 24 points on the season. So not a real fair number of where everybody's at. The sort and filter puts the D2 players in there as well. We didn't have time to go through the spreadsheet to change that for you here today, but nevertheless, the numbers are up and rolling on ACHA.com.
Fleechek was a pretty good player back. He's a Bismarck Century kid. I don't know if you remember watching him play.
I sure do.
Graduated the same year as I did in 2015, but doesn't matter the level you're at. If you know how to score a goal, you know how to score. It's either you have it or you don't in that case. He's one of those kids. When Minot State plays UMary, that they'll be watching. Same with Jamestown. They watch that whole line. But a couple of kids that can put a puck in the net on UMary.
Time for the second. Jimmy's from the right to the left. And the Beavers from the left to the right. Chad Durand occupying the blue paint over on our left. Tyson Brower occupying the blue paint over on the right to the All-American. Trying to be big again here tonight, taking a little extra time to make sure this ice gets set up. Long day with 3 varsity level games starting at 10 a.m. this morning. And then 1 and then 4 o'clock. And now for the college game. And they do such a great job with this ice surface at the Pepsi Rink. Premier hockey facility in Western North Dakota. Look at that little scrub to start here. Doyle having a conversation over on the far side. Then Richter over there that's having the conversation with him. Yes, it is. This could be a rough one here tonight. Shot came in, went wide, back in behind Durand. The puck comes out in front, taken and hammered all the way down. And the Beavers are going to get the icing call that they were looking for to start our second period of play. That icing brought to you by Paul Siebert State Farm in the Magic City. Gotta love a little bit of a chippy contest. Anytime you play a team 10 times on the season, you know that you're going to be in store for some of that. No big surprise here tonight. Some bad blood guaranteed to brew up in a sport like hockey. I don't care who you're competing against. Anytime it's 10 times on the year. I golf with my buddies 10 times on the season playing for Wobbly Pops. And you start losing a bunch of those contests too, and all of a sudden you're turning into Oscar the Grouch. Now that Earson, I'm not a very good golfer either, by the way. Puck's going to be dumped in from center.
We all like to think you are, but then we get that birdie on the first hole, and next thing you know, we're shooting in the 90s and the 100s, and we're like, why do I play this game?
What is happening here? Clark's back in behind his own net, sent it over to the far side, and now the Jimmy's trying to push to center. Schuster to hold the line. Far wing. Now Landon Cochran trying to go to work on it. Puck's taken away, and Bergford pushes out to center. Sheldon had it right in the center ice dot. Freed down from Cochran with the help of Schuster. He's in, he fired all, trying to pick the high corner blocker side. And the stop was made there for Brouwer. Puck comes back away to Landon Cochran. Shuffled it down low off to Sheldon up top. Wheeler's going to put it out in front. And the puck's spun out of there by the Jimmies. It's going to come all the way down. And Soare's going to come back into his own territory to pick it up. Over a minute and a half into period number 2 tonight. Thanks for joining us on the PSP Network. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network to stay up to date with all Minot State University Beavers hockey. Plenty of action, plenty of sports on the PSP Network. Tournament time coming up, your tournament hotspot. Turning our attention to basketball coming up in the next few weeks. Lowrick's going to take it down to the corner. Back in behind, that's at the high school level, by the way. Of course, we'll still carry all the Minot State University Beavers hockey games. Proud to be the official broadcast home of Beavers hockey. Been that way for many seasons. Down to the corner it comes, and out with it will be the Jimmies, and they try to work it up to center. They do with the help of Gage Thompson. Over to Adam Walrick down to the corner. Puck's taken and worked up to center now by the Jimmies again. Chavez Leach with a head of steam, got past Wheeler. Duran's out of the net to play it. He sends it up to Walrick at center. Tried to feed it over there to Barley. It's taken away again by the Jimmies, and Chavez Leach again. Chavez Leach is in with it. Sent it out in front. Thompson. Intended recipient there. There's a big hit from Robertson on the near side. Out with it comes Metcalf. Dropped it back. Up to Soar. Now Barley. Now Metcalf's into the zone with it. He takes it down into the corner. On the retrieve for the Jimmies, that's Cornell down low. Scrum on the near side wall. It's taken by Paluk, and he sends it in. No high stick call on the play. It was not quite chest high, says Devin Bladen. Still scrumming inside the blue line. Augers out of there with it. Sent it back away to the far wing off of Cornell, and back on the retrieve is Dylan Cassie at his own zone.
Little humor for you tonight. I don't know if you noticed, the backup goalie for Jamestown and Warhams was wearing a Minot State jersey, and in that first period he didn't have his jersey on at all, just in the shoulder pads, and he finally found a jersey here in the second period.
How does that even happen?
It was one of the old ones that we used to wear, or they used to wear about 4 years ago, and I got passed on to the girls team, and it was one of the girls' last name of Buicker that he was wearing.
Johannesson back in behind his own net. That is like every dream that any goaltender has ever had in their life. How many times have you had that dream in your life where your pad straps all of a sudden on your pads or something like that when you're trying to get ready, and Brouwer, he makes a stop?
It's like one of those dreams where you're trying to run, but you can't run, or you're trying to yell, or you can't yell. It's like, oh no, I have to wear the jersey, but I can't take it off. Trying to take it off, but I can't. My arms are too heavy.
I would have to think that Dean Stewart, with his demeanor, all the respect in the world, before I even go any further, for Dean Stork, I think the guy's awesome. He's great for the University of Jamestown, great for the ACHA, a guy that pro hockey coached for many, many years. I would have to think that Coach Stork probably wouldn't be too fond of showing up for warm-ups in the opposition's uniform.
You know, I just have a hunch that he just told him to take it off once the game started.
On the near wing. Offensive zone. Sheldon had the hit on Wilson. Doyle's got a hit down low. Puck's going to be taken by Sheldon out in front. Dosko came flying in. Scrum over the corner again, and this one out in front. Here's a drive, point-blank range, and Brouwer was forced to make the save. Then Richter was dumped on the far side. Hello. That brings the Pepsi rink to volume. Well, this is going to be a rough one, I think, for the next 14:48 of the second. Probably into the third. Night number 2 of the home-and-home series. Minot State won in overtime last night. 3-2. Big come-from-behind victory there. And the dial for hitting has been turned up to a 10 from Minot State to start the second. Off of Schuster. Down into the zone it comes. Clark on the retrieve. Off to Crom. Back, trying to set it up to Schuster. Let it go for Cochran. Into the zone it went. Cochran was dumped on the near side, and now right underneath us here at neutral. Back into the offensive zone with it. It's taken down here by Berggren. Sent right out in front. Loose there. Bouncer is going to be tied up and worked away to the far side by Garrison. At the point for Clark. Sent in, tipped in front of the net by Berggren. That one wide on the glove side. Cochran put it out to center. Popov's going to send it right back in. Soar on the retrieve. Eric Soar going to work. Throws it up to center ice again. Popov moved it forward. Comes back into the possession here for Soar. Popov at center. Dumps it all the way down. And now we've got to stop in the play. Devin Blaine has got the call. And what is the call going to be? Too many men on the ice?
Too many men. I did not see it.
Minot State charged with the bench penalty for too many men on the ice. And Davis Sheldon's going to come over and serve this penalty. This will be the third power play of the night. On the blocker's side it comes. Blake Fortier in on the draw. He steps in against Chavez Leach. That's a big man right there. Puck comes back to Cassie, trying to clear the zone. Cassie having a scrum down to the corner. Chavez Leach out with it.
Fun fact about Chavez Leach, I believe he played for Team Mexico at one point in the IHF World Championships.
Down to the corner it comes. Durant forced to make the stop there on the high riser. Yeah, that is a fun fact. That's certainly something to be proud of. Anytime you can play for your country, you know, that obviously got some skill. He's got the size, and he's a player that on the season has put up some points. 19 total.
I think that might be a dream of all young players growing up. Be able to put on your own country sweater is something else.
Up on the near side, puck was moved ahead forward out to center. Minute 4 remaining on the power play. It's shorthanded. Carter's in with it. Drew Carter down to the corner. Had it taken away here. Wyatt Wasylenchuk, the goaltending specialist for Minot State University and former ACHA Player of the Year in 2013, former goaltender. He played for Team USA in the World Junior Games. Is that what it was called? World Junior Games?
Yep, World University Games.
World University Games. Thank you very much. The sweetest USA painted up mask. That thing was fantastic. Specifically made. He was a dual citizen from British Columbia. He had dual citizenship. At that time when he played for Minot State, missed a few games his senior campaign to go off and play for Team USA. He had a good outing for them without a doubt. Puck's taken it, fired up to the line, held it here, and it's spun back all the way down. Rhett Locke sends it down, but we've got to stop of the play, and what will the call be here? One behind the play. Johannesson having a conversation here. And Johannesson having a conversation with Colin Wells. And Devin Blaine not having any of that here tonight.
But going back to the World University Games when Wyatt played for those guys, I believe that's one of their best finishes they've ever had. They took third place, which, it's tough. A whole bunch at the time. They're starting to mix a few more Division I guys in there, NCAA, but at the time it was all ACHA players, and you're playing guys that played KHL for Russia. You're playing guys that play a high level of CIS who played in the WHL from Canada, and there's some good competition in those.
Well, you talk about the Western League of the KHL. Doesn't get a whole lot higher than that in the world of hockey. You have to go to the NHL ranks. Start climbing that ladder. Unsportsmanlike was the call, so we skate 5-on-5. Beavers are back at full strength, and they dump it down from the corner. Dump it down to the corner from center and Soar. Shots are now 14-13. Jimmy's on top. Minot State's won 6 of the 9 meetings this year, 3 on the season for the Jimmies. There's been some overtimes. There's been some extra sessions as well. Suzinski from the line, sent it in. Drad made the stop out in front. Garrison was on the doorstep. Fired up to the line. Suzinski's got it here. Turns it back. Nice play there. Robertson went down the block and took that one right off the top of the skate. Two teams priding themselves on doing the little things right. And that's what is always fun about this matchup. They block shots, they kill penalties, they grind, they do all the good stuff. Here's Chavez Leach out in front after the takeaway, fired in. And Duran came up with the save. Cross to Suzinski, he lost a handle on it. Puck's gonna be taken and sent back in. Just realizing this for the first time here tonight, to maybe in this season-long series, every player from Jamestown wearing the clear eye-tech mask or that clear power mask. Never noticed that before. Nobody with a bird cage on.
Yeah, this is my first time noticing it's ever been done too. I swear there's always been a couple guys who decided with the cage, but
Barley walked in, he fired, the stop was made. Another power play coming, and a tripping call, this time called by Eric Steele. Power play comes back up. 9:14 left here in the second. Primetime opportunity. And then power play back on for the Beavers at 15%. Seeing if they can improve on that number. They need one here to help those numbers out tonight. Jamestown's kill at 85, and we're down to the offensive zone for the Beavers, but it's the Jimmies that launch it all the way out.
For tripping. Once again, that's skid number 22 of the Jimmies, Jordan Crown. 2 minutes for tripping.
Out to center is Wheeler. Wheeler on to the dump and chase. He sends it down into the corner. Goes off of Sheldon, then it's taken and launched all the way down the length of the ice. Duran's going to leave that one on the side of the net. Wheeler with it now. He's going to drop it back in behind for Barley. Makes a little spin move, and now Barley's up over center with it. Soars into the zone. Soar dropped it back to Sheldon. Down to the corner it came. Barley tried to feed it up to the point. He does. Paluk's got it again here. He walks across. Oh, what a move. He's going to walk in, and he sent that one towards the net, but he fanned it. And it goes away where Paluk's going to grab it back, make that Sheldon rather. Sheldon's going to walk and fire clear lane. And Brower didn't have trouble with that one at all. He came up with the stop with 8:14 left in the second. We're down to a minute on the dot remaining in the power play here from Minot State. Minot State's power play needs to do what differently, do you think, here to find an answer?
I swear I say this every time too, but they need to get some guys in the net and make Brower feel uncomfortable. Davis, Sheldon with a shot there, and absolutely no one in front of the net. Clear lane for Brower to see it.
Doyle to Cassie. Pressure up top. Doyle's going to be forced to move it back over to the near side for Robertson. Robertson surveys, goes back to Doyle. Doyle now is going to take it and send it down into the office of Gretzky, where Cochran's got it. He moves it back up down to Robertson. Robertson up top from Cassie to Robertson. Brings it back to Cassie. Here's a drive that was taken and knocked down out in front. It's fired down the length of the ice. And the clear is good for the Jimmies as that one's sent down for Morgan Venny. Now Nick Doyle. Off to Robertson. Final 15 seconds of power play time. Taken and launched right back in behind Chad Duran. It's going to do it for the Minot State power play. Ofer tonight. Cochran's hit hard on the near side. He got run into it pretty good. At a pretty good pace there by Butler. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 7:05 to play here in the second period. Shots at 15-13. Jamestown's on top. That's the category that they lead here tonight. As Chavez Leach is going to move it out to center. Auger's going to carry in with it. Auger took it down into the corner. Johannesson after it. Now Carter's got it, and Carter sends it right over towards us down in front of the penalty box, and it's going to be dumped in back in behind Brower. Chavez Leach on the near side. Set back in behind. Suzinski on the retrieve. He's got him back in behind the net. Took it away to the far side of the wall. Maxinick over there scrubbing for it. The 2-for-2 battle continues on the wall. Comes back in behind the net now. Suzinski. Dosko on top of a man over on the far side of wing. No call on that play. That was Hunter Maximick that was on the wrong end of that. O'Connor's got a big hit on the near side wing. Fournier's going to skate it in. 2-on-2 drill. Here's Doyle with it. Doyle across the slot. Turned it, fired, tried to go to the far side. Missed it there, and it's going to come back. Well, Wayne Auger on the near wing. Sheldon tried to hold it in. O'Connor came up with the elbow. There's going to be a call on the Beavers. Eric Steele saw it from the corner, and O'Connor's going to the box on a roughing. O'Connor doesn't like the call. Eric Steele looked at him and shook his head yes and said, yes, you did.
Yeah, I think Paul, after Steele told him it was a little high, I think he agreed with what he was calling.
Big power play back on here for the Jimmies. Small crowd tonight inside the Pepsi rink. Can be deceiving on camera, however, if you look to the bottom left. This side, the more popular side that we're sitting on, so you can see the benches across the way. Here's a drive that came in. Nice block there from Wheeler. Down low, it's going to be set up back up top. Here's Clark with it. Clark's going to send it in. Chad Durant's not all the way. He went down and made the save. And Durant's been busy. His 16th save of the hockey game.
He's in control. Everything that's hitting him, he's covering. Not letting up too many rebounds. If there's a rebound there, he's put him to the sides where even if they can collect it, it's still going to be tough to score.
Arbo Photography bringing you the game tonight, by the way. The leader in game photo coverage and senior pictures, Arbo Photography. The proof is in the gallery. Find them online, arbophotography.com. On Duran's blocker side, out with it comes Venny. 30 seconds into the power play. Back up to the line. Clark's going to handle. Sent it back in. Butler out in front. Right in front of the cage. Still a scrum for it. Now it's going to be taken and launched out of there. Metcalf sent it down. That was a battle of who had the best hand-eye coordination. Metcalf won that, and he sent it 200 feet. Back to center it comes. Off to Chavez Leach. Into the zone. Taking a dump down. Cassie in after it. Scrum down and deep. Chavez Leach is going to come out of there with it. Sent it back up to the far point. Suzinski. Now brings it down low to Chavez Leach. Face-off circle on the glove side. It comes back underneath the net and on the way to the near side wing. The scrum continues as Carter battling for it. Cassie away with it. Now Wheeler's got real estate. Wheeler just puts that one all the way up and down. Brower's going to be forced to play it. He sent it off. Doyle had it momentarily. The puck lands out at center here for the Jimmies, who bring it back in with Wilson. He went off to Crom. And we're down to the final 20 seconds of this power play here for the Jimmies. Wilson's into the zone. Sent it out in front. Spun out and fired all the way down. Again, Brower out of the net to play it. He launches out to center for Wilson. Now Wilson back in over the red line, down the blue. Hits the brakes, looks for the player up top, and it's fired right into the glove there of Chad Durant, and he'll hang on to it. Media timeout on the ice. We've still got a scoreless hockey game. Well over halfway through this affair tonight, and the 10th matchup of the year between the Jimmies at number 11 in the country and the Beavers at number 6. We'll come back with the remaining portion of the second when we return.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Media timeout. Wade Reguer giving his team the instructions. Over on the bench, Wade Regier. One of the best in the business. I talk about Wade all the time, and my respect for him and what he's been able to do as the head coach of Minot State University. We brought Eric Herbel on, former Minot State University Beaver, former Mr. Hockey, North Dakota High School Hockey. He came onto the broadcast as his hometown team, the Botno Rugby Braves, took on Minot High in the semifinals of that high school matchup. And we talked about his time winning the national championship with the Beavers back in 2012 and 2013. Hair on my arm stood up when he started talking about Wade Regier and what Wade Regier meant to him as a head coach and his favorite coach of all time, talking about how much respect he had for Wade and how great his experience was playing for Minot State after playing in the North American League for the Bismarck Bobcats. Quite interesting. I have a lot of respect for Wade. He's a good buddy of mine. And here's a drive that came in. Stop was made. Durant made another one. Auger's got it underneath the network, back up top. Clark trying to hang on to it. Here's a drive that comes in, tipped out in front. Sent back out in front of the net, nobody home. Comes away now, here's a drive that goes away to the far corner. You're not gonna have every player that ever played for you love you. Maybe you are, I just don't know if that's possible, but I think the majority, from what I know, have quite a bit of respect for him. Down low, here's Doyle, wraps it in, and the stop was made out in front. Walrick to Doyle, almost made it 1-0 early on. I'm sorry, not early on, late in the second period. Walrick down in after it. Now Carter tried to send it out in front, stick got in the way there, big hit down low. Clark was plastered. Carter down underneath the goal line. Trying to go back to Barley. Barley's going to scrub for it. Side of the net, Brower's got it, he'll hang on to it. A little extra here afterwards. And now we're going to have a little bit more. Barley's going to try to get in there. Hang on tight. Soar's going to go after Maximuk. And Barley's going into the sin bin. So is Maximuk. Holding and a rough will be called. Barley not done talking to Maximuk in the penalty box. And Barley giving him an absolute earful down here, down below. Now 48 having a conversation at center with Richter, the opposing captain, and Eric Steele. They continue to talk it over. Back to Wade Regier. I just have all the respect in the world for him. I think he does a fantastic job. It's fun hearing some of those past players have that same conversation about what their experience was like playing underneath a guy like Wade Regier.
Yeah, anytime you can win, as much as Wade has won at Minot State. I don't know what his career win percentage is, but, it's pretty high. That speaks some volumes about, who you are as a coach, whatnot. Wade wasn't much of a goalie guy. That was more of the Wyatt Wazelenchuk for me, and that's a relationship that, really blossomed from my first year into how me and Wyatt are now, and, both guys I respect. But, every year, helping out Wyatt, traveling with him, doing whatever, that more and more respect for him as I get older.
1:37 left here in the second period. Nobody on the board yet. I think the same can be said for Dean Stork. Obviously, I've never played underneath him, but just know him from around the rink and the time that he's been with Jamestown and their years coming into the ACHA. Guy that obviously knows his business. Anytime that you can create a team and recruit from scratch and talk a bunch of young men to come to Jamestown, North Dakota, no knock on the place, just like coming to Minot, North Dakota. Anytime you can grab good hockey players and put teams together that can compete right out of the gate, obviously, you're doing something right. Dean Stork has done that as well. By the way, Jamestown and Minot, if I had to pick the two most beautiful cities in the state, they would both be there. Here's a drive out in front. Oh, save rebound came back in behind the net. Sheldon put a high stick on it. They're not going to call it if it comes. Now they are going to call a high stick. Yeah, there it is. Eric Steele had it. Down to 1:05 left here in the second. Both towns kind of built within valleys and some rolling trees on the outside, on the valleys on each side. I like Jamestown. I think that it's a pretty town.
No knock on Jamestown, just would be one of my my first places I'd put down on there, beautiful Devil's Lake.
Devil's Lake is beautiful as well.
I got to throw that in there. I don't know. Obviously, opportunity to play hockey in your home state if you're from North Dakota is huge in multiple places.
Carter's in, he fires, and the stop is made. And a little meeting out in front of the net. Yeah, an opportunity for a guy like Gage Thompson, who played for the Blue Jays in the high school ranks, on to play at University of Jamestown. Talking about tournament time, I know that high school hockey isn't what we're talking about here tonight, but his hometown team was ranked number 3 in the conference. They came into the tournament, they lost to the 6th seed in round number 1. They lost to the 7th seed in round number 2, and they got bounced down to the first 2 rounds of the West Region Hockey Tournament, a team I thought might win it. Back the other way. Here come the Jimmies. They're in with it. Nice play there from Palouk. He got in the way of that one, and now Cassie's got it underneath where he tried to go back to Palouk. It's going to be a big collision there, and it's freed. And out to center we go. Palouk's in over the red line. Now the blue sent it out in front for Fournier. He lost a handle on it. Run and gun now up to center with a head of steam. Butler moving, firing, sent it wide. Final 10 seconds. Kids caught him down. We're at 9, now 8, now 7. And Cassie's going to hold it behind the net. And it looks like this is how we're going to end the second, just where we ended the first, just where we started tonight. 0-0 score at the end of 40 minutes tonight. Shots are now 18-16. Jimmy's on top in that category again. Premier Chiropractic intermission report comes up next. It's ACHA College Hockey, number 6, Minot State, scoreless. Number 11, Jamestown, scoreless after 2.
Smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Don't put off little fixes around the house any longer. Call FTK LLC Property Maintenance and Improvement. That's FTK. No job too big or too small. Take care of your spring cleanup and tree trimming and removal. Schedule your spring cleanup now. Call 701-340-5524 or find us on Facebook. Again, schedule now. Spring is right around the corner. FTK Property Maintenance and Improvement, LLC.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Marco's Pizza invites all teams and fans to the Magic City for postseason tournament time. While in town, let Marco's be your place to go for the best in pizza. Try our pizza bowls, including a keto-friendly option. Marco's also offers subs, salads, wings, cheesy bread, and chicken dippers, and for your sweet tooth, Cinesquares. You can never go wrong with the daily medium one-topping pizza for $6.99. Order online with both carry-out and delivery options. Marco's Pizza, proud to be the sponsor of the Player of the Game Award throughout the tournament season. Let Marco's Pizza be your go-to place during tournament time. Call them at 852-7492. Marco's Pizza, 1250 4th Avenue Northwest.
Premier Movement of Minot is now open. It's time to focus on your better health. Premier Movement is taking all the necessary precautions and guidelines for social distancing and safety. On top of that, by design, our workout classes have always featured small groups for better focus, accountability, and better results. And speaking of accountability, we're locally owned and take pride in the services we provide in helping clients achieve their fitness goals. Try a free 2-week trial and see for yourself. Find us at premiermovementnd.com.
The Homesteaders restaurant on Minot welcomes all teams and fans to the Magic City for postseason tournament action. Looking for the best in family dining? Homesteaders is your place to go. They have a full menu, including breakfast, sandwiches, burgers, basket specials, and dinners, plus daily specials. They offer a wide variety of items on their salad bar, homemade soups, and homemade desserts prepared daily. Not only will you get a great meal, you will get great service from the Homesteaders friendly family. Open 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. The best family-style restaurant, the Homesteaders Restaurant, 2501 Elk Drive in Minot.
Chunk of puck in between periods here. That center ice dot right at the bottom of the screen. A couple people were close. There's been a gentleman here by the name of Thomas Vera that seems to win that thing almost every single night. It's like a part-time job for him. Coming in and win a chunk of puck each and every night here at the Pepsi Ring. We are through 2 periods of play tonight, and Minot State and Jamestown are still deadlocked at 0-0 here on the PSP Network. Nick Holberg alongside of Holden Kurtz, former Minot State great in goal for the MSU Beavers. Your thoughts on period number 2, a little more flow there as we mentioned off the air. Your thoughts overall and a big takeaway maybe from the second.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more flow. I don't know, a couple penalties called that period, but 4 minutes of penalties compared to 11 is a lot better for flow and whatnot. But pretty defensive both sides. A couple chances for Jamestown, a couple chances for Minot State, but nothing over the top as far as amazing saves. Both goalies are playing well, making their saves, and just a good defensive battle right now. Shots aren't high, and going into the third, see if something changes. But obviously we're in a deadlock here.
If you're Jamestown, let's start here with Dean Stork. Do you think there's any major corrections that need to take place in order to win here tonight?
To me, this is just the way Jamestown plays, right? As I said in the first intermission, they get one, and next thing you know, getting that first goal against Jamestown, getting 2 goals against Jamestown, 3 goals against Jamestown. It's a tough thing to do. I think any team that's played them understands how hard it is. So, they're a gritty team. Get to the front of the net, bury one, however you can get it, and then play some defensive hockey.
How about for Minot State? Major correction there for the Beavers? Anything that you could see Wade Reguer saying at the end of 2?
Maybe just, don't be so into the crap, after the whistles or anything like that. Getting to the point in the game where you can't afford to take a dumb penalty just because you're, chirping the ref or talking to another guy saying something you shouldn't, or, just taking a dumb penalty in front. Probably staying out of the stuff, and if you do have an advantage, you have to take advantage at some point, or else, when you go 0 for 6, 0 for 7 in a power play in a game, that's not a recipe to win.
It is the Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding communities with the most cutting-edge advances in the natural healthcare world these days. Premier Chiropractic can be found online, premierchiropracticnd.com. Pretty simple intermission report here with nothing to report on the scoring. Shots are 18-16, and that's where we sit at the end of 2 periods of play tonight here at the Pepsi Ring. We'll come back for our 3rd period. After this, Minot State up. See if they could pick up win number 18 on the year. Jimmy's up to see if they can pick up win number 13 on the season. 3rd period right around the corner here on the PSP Network.
Come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Don't put off little fixes around the house any longer. Call FTK LLC Property Maintenance and Improvement. That's FTK. No job too big or too small. Take care of your spring cleanup and tree trimming and removal. Schedule your spring cleanup now. Call 701-340-5524 or find us on Facebook. Again, schedule now. Spring is right around the corner. FTK Property Maintenance and Improvement, LLC.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Marco's Pizza invites all teams and fans to the Magic City for postseason tournament time. While in town, let Marco's be your place to go for the best in pizza. Try our pizza bowls, including a keto-friendly option. Marco's also offers subs, salads, wings, cheesy bread, and chicken dippers, and for your sweet tooth, Cinesquares. You can never go wrong with the daily medium one-topping pizza for $6.99. Order online with both carry-out and delivery options. Marco's Pizza, proud to be the sponsor of the Player of the Game Award throughout the tournament season. Let Marco's Pizza be your go-to place during tournament time. Call them at 852-7492. Marco's Pizza, 1250 4th Avenue Northwest.
Premier Movement of Minot is now open. It's time to focus on your better health. Premier Movement is taking all the necessary precautions and guidelines for social distancing and safety. On top of that, by design, our workout classes have always featured small groups for better focus, accountability, and better results. And speaking of accountability, we're locally owned and take pride in the services we provide in helping clients achieve their fitness goals. Try a free 2-week trial and see for yourself. Find us at premiermovementnd.com.
The Homesteaders restaurant on Minot welcomes all teams and fans to the Magic City for postseason tournament action. Looking for the best in family dining? Homesteaders is your place to go. They have a full menu, including breakfast, sandwiches, burgers, basket specials, and dinners, plus daily specials. They offer a wide variety of items on their salad bar, homemade soups, and homemade desserts prepared daily. Not only will you get a great meal, you will get great service from the Homesteaders friendly family. Open 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. The best family-style restaurant, the Homesteaders Restaurant, 2501 Elk Drive in Minot.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
When shopping for your next vehicle, shop Drive Chevrolet Buick, the dealer with the hometown buying experience and the big town inventory. Drive Chevrolet Buick has locations in Botno, Rugby, and Harvey. Browse the massive inventory online at drivechevrolet.com. New and used selections with small town prices. Our deals are worth the drive. DriveChevrolet.com. The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag at Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Internet is an essential part of life today. So why is it so hard to figure out how much speed you actually need? At SRT, we provide fast, reliable internet packages to help you live your best internet lifestyle, so you can enjoy seamless connections across every device in every room. Bump up your speed and improve your gaming stats. Upgrade to our new faster packages up to 1 gig. It doesn't have to be difficult to get Wi-Fi that works. Contact SRT and start loving your internet.
Two periods in the books tonight here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Nick Holberg and Holden Kurtz. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on Twitter at Network PSP and on Facebook at the PSP Network. Premier Chiropractic intermission reports. Rolls on. Nick Holberg and Holden Kurtz. Not a large crowd in here tonight by any means, but they're lively at the second intermission here tonight as we get the ice geared up and ready for the second frame. Dean Stork's already back on the Jamestown bench, ready for this second period, waiting on the arrival of his hockey team. And of course, on the head coach of the Beavers, Wade Regier, that's Dean Stork right there. Coached the Cincinnati Cyclones in the ECHL. That's when I first met Dean, talked about my time spent in the East Coast League. And Dean Stork was there when I was there back in 2008. Talk about cool arenas. Getting the opportunity to travel around to some of those pro rinks. US Bank Arena in Cincinnati, that's a pretty cool one. It's right, they share a complex with Great American Ballpark where the Cincinnati Reds play. One of the greatest stories I have of all time, since we have nothing else to talk about on the intermission report here because there's no scoring in this hockey game. My brother, who's a fantastic guy and an old military veteran and just a great guy, terrified of heights like you wouldn't believe. So we're in Cincinnati for the playoffs. He lives in Kentucky, which is just a short drive for him. And we get tickets to a Cincinnati Reds baseball game, an afternoon game or a late morning game, whatever it was. And we're going to go watch this baseball game in the afternoon and then walk right across the concrete right into the US Bank Arena for the matchup that night. We got these nosebleed tickets up on the upper deck, and we walk up to the upper deck and we go to sit down up there, and it's time for the national anthem to come on, and he's having a hard time getting up there because these seats are just built like this, you know. You feel like you're going to fall right over the top. Here's this guy that was a sergeant to the U.S. Army, a tank commander during Desert Storm time frame, and all of a sudden the national anthem comes out and he can't even bring himself to stand up because he's so scared of heights up there at the Cincinnati Ballpark, Great American Ballpark. Of course, that story irrelevant. It was a good one, though. I still give him a hard time about it. Back to the ice are the Jimmies. Here come the Beavers. Let's put a cap on the Premier Chiropractic intermission report. Nothing to be scared of in this one here tonight. No heights involved. The press box here at the Pepsi Rink, and the seats not that steep here at the old Mesa Arena in Minot. Major key holding in the third period for the Jimmies and the Beavers. Is there one on your mind?
This is what the Jimmies like to do, you know, keep the score low, and, you know, they get one. Next thing you know, you're gripping your stick a little tighter, and, you know, they're just dumping, trapping, doing what they can playing defensive hockey. You know, if I'm Minot State, you know, also keep, you know, get a little more traffic, make Brower feel a little more comfortable. Maybe shoot a little more, shoot low, get some rebounds going, get some dirty goals, because the pretty goals aren't going to come. You know, they've played 10 times now, they should know that. Few and far between for those.
Facebook, face-off will come at center ice. It's been a long day. You got to forgive me. I was here this morning at 9:30 a.m. That's when we went on the air for the first game of the WDA hockey tournament today. Williston, the Coyotes, took down the Dickinson Midgets 9-3. Then Minot came on the air at 4 o'clock, but in between there, Botno Rugby took down Bismarck High in a controversial goal, and probably the most controversial one that I maybe ever seen. Bismarck High's been to the state high school hockey tournament 31 consecutive times. Would have been 32 today. And a goal that was called off, or a goal that was allowed. The officials on the ice said no goal. The goal judge says it was a goal. They had a conversation about it, and they called it a goal with 2 minutes remaining. And Botno Rugby, the 6th seed, took down the number 4 seed Bismarck Demons, canceling out the longest standing round in trips to the state high school hockey tournament from any team on the west side of North Dakota. People from the capital city, needless to say, aren't very happy about that one, but Botno Rugby played a great hockey game here today. But of course, here we are for the Beavers matchup. Been 12 hours on the mic at the rink here today.
It's been a long day. You know, I just had to watch hockey all day compared to you announcing, doing a little more in between games and everything else.
Brower makes the stop. Well, we wouldn't have done that morning game. We didn't do the middle game because there was radio coverage for it, but there was no coverage of that first one. And I'm not going to sit around and let a bunch of high school kids not have coverage of their final game of their high school hockey careers here today. So we hopped on the mic to promote the youth athletes across North Dakota. Glad to do it. Fun to be a part of it. Anytime tournament hockey, there's nothing better than playoff hockey. Are you kidding me? Got the state Pee Wee tournament coming up
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, yeah. PSP Network will be the official broadcast provider for the state Pee Wee tournament. You can find us on PSP.network if you want to watch the top Pee Wees in North Dakota.
Now, going back to stories, I just have to, you know, the rumor going around that you were one of the best emergency practice goalies in the ECHL.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
Just wanted to confirm. Wasn't sure if it was true or not.
That was a true story. Cochran's in, turns and fires, knocked down, and back to center it comes. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. That was probably my most glorified moment in my hockey career. I mean, I played through high school, but I wasn't anything to write home about by any means. When I was in the East Coast League in 2007, 2008, shot from Cassie from the line, gobbled up. Yeah, I was 23 years old. I was the play-by-play guy in the East Coast League for the Elmira Jackals of the Ottawa Senators. And the coach comes in one day and he says, "Holmberg, you were a goalie, right?" I said, "Yes, I was." He goes, "Where's your equipment at?" is what he was asking. They said, "Well, it's at my apartment." "Why?" And he said, "Go get it, we need you." So I practiced with him that day, and it was the scariest day of my life. Out in front, puck comes away. Here's a drive backhander out in front. Wowrick trying to pull the trigger. Barley there as well, comes down low into the corner. Off to Wowrick, out in front, nobody home. For all you Canadian fans up there, it's basically like playing house league and junior gold hockey in North Dakota. Definitely not the top tier of talent. I wouldn't say I dominated. I wasn't bad. I had a 56 save shutout one night in my junior year of my high school hockey career. You go from that to the ECHL when you've only played a few men's league games from here or there. I ended up skating with that team for 2 weeks in a row before the playoffs. Local TV came in. They did a story about it. Chavez Leach is in. He's going to send it out in front. Oh, that one right off the mask of Chad Durant, and he made the save. Yeah, that video surfaces once a year on the Facebook memories when they pop up. I had a mullet. I was about 50 pounds lighter. Couldn't grow any facial hair. I was scared to death. Puck's going to be taken out to center. Metcalf's going to regroup. Johannesson's in. High riser. That one gobbled up by Brower.
Carter Barley going slow to the bench. Something going on. Looked like he got stuck in the stomach. Maybe the wind knocked out. Hopefully he's all right.
He's going to make his way to the tunnel, it looks like here, possibly. We'll keep an eye on Barley. Good eye there, Holden.
Maybe that's what it is. You know, hitting the lower area, bouncing up and down when you're hit.
Where you don't want to get hit?
Where the boys hang out. Looks like he's just trying to shake it off.
Talking with a higher pitched voice, maybe you could say. There's a call on the ice. Is Minot State going to go back to the power play here? Looks like we are. 17:23 left here. The third. Shots are 19-18. And Eric Steele's going to have the call. Blake Fournier is going to come over and talk it over. It's a 5-minute major. That must have been a 5-minute spearing call on that Barley play. Is that what you're assuming here? I didn't see it. Dean Stork is having a conversation at the bench here. Let's listen in.
Number 63, Hunter Maximum. 5-minute major for slashing. Once again, that's penalty called on Jamestown skater number 63, Hunter Maximum.
Maximum's in the box on a 5-minute major.
From the language of the ref, looks like the linesman saw it. Something on those, linesmen aren't supposed to call things, but if they see something egregious, they can let the refs wearing the bands know. And from their language, it looked like player came up through the legs of Barley and got him in. got him low.
Paluk here on the near side. Sheldon will turn and fire. That one went wide. Comes down into the corner. Now get for Sword. Sword works it out from in behind. Another 5-minute major. Second 5-minute major power play for the Beavers here today. And the first one happened early in the first period. Second one happens early in the third, and Sheldon's going to bring it back in. Out in front, it came off of Wowrick. Taken and fired all the way down, and Chad Duran's going to be forced to get rid of it here with a backhand. He swept it over to Paluk, and it comes back underneath in behind. Imagine going from JV level hockey or varsity level hockey, high school, to guys that are rifling rockets at you in the East Coast Hockey League. Robertson's in with it. He'll turn and fire up and over the glove.
Well, I mean, growing up, being in high school, I had some practices. My practice with Fargo and the USHL. That was, those shots were fast enough, quick enough compared to the high school level. I can't imagine when the guys are, some guys are 15 years older, grown men, 4 kids in their family, taking shots at you compared to 18 to 20-year-olds.
Cassie's in. He'll fire one off the waffle board. That chest protector I bought at Nevada Bob's Golf and Hockey Shop in Brandon, Manitoba back in probably like 2001. That chest protector was old as could be. It was just a danger. Equipment manager came in that day and he said, "You're not going to wear that, are you?" I said, "What do you want me to wear? This is my stuff. We got to suit you up with something else." Thankfully they did. Cochran's back in. Sheldon down to the corner. Cochran took it back in behind the net. Shuffled up off the glass. Can Doyle hold? He can. Doyle works it across far side over to Robertson. Robertson threw it across. That one was knee high. Dropped down to Davis Sheldon. Dropped it off to Cochran. There's guys on the ice that can bury for the Beavers. They need to, as Doyle's got it here. Sent it back over to Sword. That one fired over to the near corner. Hit traffic on in front. Cochran tried to jam it in from the side of the cage. Taken it, hammered all the way down again. And Duran comes up with a stop. And it's going to come back in behind for Paluk again. Who's got it here? Up to center off of the skate of Soar. Soccered it to himself. He's into the zone. Took it down underneath the net. Now Sheldon's got it. Now Wowrick. Up top it comes Paluk. Drops it off back to Wowrick. Now Paluk on a tee. Sent it. Didn't get any of that one. And all of a sudden back the other way. We've got a 2-on-2. It's taken here. Sent in front from Benny. Delayed call now. Is that on Adam Wowrick again? Eric Soar saying a high stick, and he's going to go to the box. He does not like that call here with 14:09 left in the third period. Eric Soar argued it with Eric Steele and a high stick call.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that one either. Didn't really see much going to the net. Tied him up. Didn't see where the high stick would have came in. I don't know. Did you see that? See anything there?
I didn't either. I thought it was on Adam Wowrick, to tell you the truth. Puck on the near side. We're back to 4-on-4 for the next minute 40. After that, 13 seconds of power play time here for the Jimmies. Puck rides the glass, and then it falls up into the seats, and Souvenir will find some fans with under 14 to play here in the third period. National tournament coming up in April. Minot State looking to defend their national championship banner. 2019, they won the crown. What was that like?
Well, I don't know if you haven't seen the video. I was sitting there. We were, tell you after this here.
2-on-1 back in. Here's a drive, and the stop was made from Durant. He's going to hang on to it. Johanneson's going to dump a guy in the box, and now Johanneson's going to take a trip to the sin bin, it looks like.
Hey, hockey fans, your last call for alcohol will be in 10 minutes.
Eric Steele's going to take Johanneson into the box for a 2-minute check from behind call. 13:35, and Wade Johanneson not liking that one either.
Going back to that, I don't know, right after we scored our empty netter to go up by 2, I was backing up that game, and all of a sudden, I couldn't help myself from crying. No matter what I try to do, try to compose myself, couldn't help it. But let me tell you, that was easily the pinnacle of my hockey career there. Even though I didn't play, that's all I wanted to do was win something like that. And, you know, being there once in high school, you know, playing Minot, losing in overtime, that was easily one of the most heartbreaking things. And then throughout our 4 years at Minot, we had some pretty good teams that could have easily won that national title, but we ended up getting bounced, you know, in the semifinals a few of those years and quarterfinals once, and finally did it, and just overcome with emotion.
Yeah, that team was arguably nowhere near a couple of those other teams that lost in that tournament as far as talented point production, but that team in 2019 had the right chemical makeup, and 3 of the top goaltenders in the country that took them to the promised land.
Just shows you attitude. That's the biggest thing with that team. Our attitude was always good. You know, even facing some adversity in the games, we would get down. And
big shot block from Brett Locke. Oh, another one. Doyle got cranked out in front. It's a 4-on-3 for the next 17 seconds. Taken there by O'Connor. He sends it down. Doyle and Retlock both took a beating on that one. Doyle took the glove off as he went to the bench. That absolutely stings. Into the zone come the Jimmies. Out of the box comes Soar. Soar's going to go after it here in the near side corner. Scrubbing forward down in deep. Back away to the far side. Butler's going to get a handle on it. Comes down underneath the goal line. Chavez Leach tried for the wraparound. Doesn't have the room for it. So he drops it to Crom and sends it back in. Back underneath the net. Top of the circle. Down to the bottom. It comes underneath the goal line again. Jimmies are at full strength. Drive came in out front. Beavers are at full strength. And they skate it down as Dylan Cassie's going to go coast to coast with it. He's run into. Then a little bit of a scrum. Cassie at the side of the net. Butler on top of him there along with Suzinski. He didn't want to fall into Tyson Brower. And the puck's going to come on the glove side. And a face-off will take place here with 11:30 left in the third. Media timeout on the ice. We'll do the same thing. Nobody scored all the way through this matchup yet. 11:30 left. Can somebody get one, or are we going to need extra minutes here tonight to settle it? We'll find out when we come back. Comes back the way down to Oproot, and Oproot sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Morelli did shoot. He scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0. Face-off coming on Tyson Brower's glove side. We're down to 11.5 to play here in the third period. Metcalf pushed down, comes out to Wheeler at center, and Soar's got it here. Hammers it in. Robertson in after it. Redlock over there scrumming as well, and here come the Jimmies. They push it out to center, and it's going to be taken here on the near side by Soar. Up to head to Robertson. Into the zone it came, and now a high stick is called. Not the one that results in a penalty, just a stop of the play. Tonight's game brought to you by our friends at Paul Stevert State Farm, Subway, the UPS Store, Tires Plus, Clean Tech, Beaupre Law Firm, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, Minot's Fathers Collision Center, the Minot Hockey Boosters, United Agronomy, the Whiskey 9 Family Restaurant. Coming to the Magic City. Get ready for that. You heard about the Whiskey 9 yet, downtown Minot?
Just did it now.
Golf simulators, food and beverages. In on Duran, he makes the stop. And we're gonna have a whistle and into the box on a slashing call. And into the box here for the Jimmies. This auger that's gonna go in, I do believe. You like that call? Do you not like that call?
It's depending on your ref, it's fair. It looked like Durant had that covered. You know, it was a good second. It wasn't like it was flopping around or anything. Had it covered right away once the guy drove. And coming in, we touched on it earlier. When guys come in, poke at the puck, full speed. You know, that can be a dangerous play. Goalie's arm slips out from under him or something like that happens. Doesn't feel good.
Paluk here on the near side. Sends it down to Sheldon. Back in behind for Wowrick. And Wowrick goes up to the point where Soar moved it across back to Paluk again. Paluk sent it back onto the tape for Sheldon. Minute 39 of power play time. Paluk turns and fires. Richter's got it and he sends it all the way down. In on Durant, and he's just going to go to a knee to play it. Any concern in your mind with the Beavers not being able to score through some regulation time 2 nights in a row until late in the game if they could find one here?
Yeah, I mean, anytime in your hockey game, you don't want to have your team wait until the last 5 minutes to score, especially with the amount of power plays they've had tonight. Jamestown's been doing a heck of a job blocking shots, you know, killing. Browers made the saves when he had to. If they can't get a goal on the power play here, it's going to be tough to get him even strength.
Barley's up over the blue line. Takes it down and behind the net. Sheldon out in front, turns and fires. Beavers fans thought they were going to get one. Brower either got a glove on it or it went wide, and it comes all the way back. In behind for Durant again, off to Cassie. Butler's going to take it away here on the near side. Push back out into their own territory and all the way down. And Brower will just glove it and hang on to it here with 9:22 left in the third period. UPS Store open 6 days a week in the Magic City. For all your packing and shipping needs, visit the UPS Store, the Marketplace Foods Plaza. The new passport IDs are there, the passport photos, all that sort of good stuff at the UPS Store. They also have print services in the UPS Store as well. 28 seconds remains on the power play. The Beavers on the verge of being shut out completely on the power play here tonight. To shut out altogether, they need to find one here with 9 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third if they don't want that to be the case tonight. Doyle turns and fires. Metcalf tried to tip it out in front. Cassie holds it. Sent back in from Robertson. Robertson at the half wall. Sent it underneath. Back to Cochran. Out in front, here's Metcalf. Oh, couldn't pull the trigger out in front. Jimmies are at full strength. Augers out of the box, and back the other way comes Richter into the zone. Richter's going to take it and send it down in. Back in behind Chad Durant it comes, and it's going to go away to Crom. Back underneath the net to the glove side it comes. 8:30 to play in the third. Shots are 24-23. Metcalf moving it ahead forward. Avoided a check there, and then it's dumped in from Landon Cochran, the former Minot Minotauro. In on it, this is Blake Fournier. Dumps it down into the corner. He's hard on the forecheck. This group for the Beavers coming in hot right now. Johannesson sends it in. Fournier's really buzzing, isn't he?
Oh, he's forechecking hard. No, don't want to get in the way of him. Get off the tracks, the train's coming.
O'Connor down in deep. Fournier's trying to scrub for it. Fournier out in front. Now it's Carter on the side of the net. Couldn't get a stick on that one. Nice defensive play there. Getting in the way of that was Garrison. And it comes back to center again where Johannesson's got it, and he'll just send it back in behind the net. Over to Heitkamp on the far side. Now Popoff. Up to center it comes again here for the Jimmies. Sent to head forward for Johannesson. He's got it pinned up here on the near side. Trying to go up to Rhett Locke. And into the zone it comes for the Beavers, but it's the Jimmies with possession. Big hit back in behind the net, still scrubbing for it. Looks like Minot State turned up the power here at the end, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like they found another gear.
Sheldon out in front, blocked by Popov. Wowrick's got it back in behind the net, sent out in front. Barley off to Johannesson, turns and fires, sent it wide. Puck's going to be taken, fired in. Brower comes up with a save. He'll hang on to it. Well, it's not for a lack of effort on either side tonight, it doesn't feel. This has just been a well-played hockey game on the defensive side of things, it feels to me. Is that a fair statement in your mind?
Yeah, both teams are working for everything they're getting. No one's budging yet, but Minot State in the last 2-3 minutes here, like you said, has brought up the pressure, found another gear. I like that little drag and pull by Wade Johannesson there. If he would have kept that puck in the shooting lane where he initially had it, looked like it was going to block, but that little drag and pull allowed him to find a lane, get that puck to the net.
Adam Wowrick up through center with it. Brought it into the zone. It's going to come back away now by Barley. Barley turns and fires, shot it on. Trying to go to the 5-hole, and Brower went down and made the stop. There's an athletic Hall of Fame at Jamestown. I'd have to think that Tyson Brower is probably going to have a home in that. Be the first inductee into the Jamestown Athletic Hall of Fame in the hockey world. He's just solid.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a career for Jamestown. I believe he set the career ACHA most starts record too. He was at 131 at that point.
That's a full workload. He's played 1,249 minutes coming into the weekend series with Minot State, and that's here this year alone. Offensive zone now for Cochran, down in deep. Taken here by the Jimmies. They're going to push to center again with Richter. He's going to take it and fire it all the way down and behind. And Chad Durand left it in behind the net here for Cassie. 5:38 left in the third period. Locke back to Cassie, up to center for Doyle. Here's a drive that came up and wide. Bergman sent it in, then it's going to be dumped in from Suzinski at center. And Cassie's back on the retrieve. Crom on the near side. Here's a drive, big pad save. Chad Durand comes up big again. And the Beavers push to center with Rhett Locke off to Metcalf. Dump and chase Minot State. Robertson. Down to the corner again. Up top for Cassie. Cassie makes a move. He's plastered there. Crom's out to center with it. Into the offensive zone for Garrison. And down to the corner it comes. Blocker side of Durand. Paluk down in deep. Scrubbing for it. Still fighting for it here. Comes again to Paluk. He's going to go up to Metcalf. Turned on. That one just wide of Chad Durand and away to the corner. It comes for Cassie. We're down to 4:35 to play here in regulation. Cornell from center. He'll walk in. Whistled one in. Broken stick on the play. And the Beavers are up to center with 48. Robertson. Robertson's in with it. Toe drag. Here's a drive. Trying to pick the high corner. Brower went down and made the save right on the shoulder. No rebound given.
It's a good shot there by Jordan Robertson. We talked about earlier, right around the ear holes of goaltender, can make you pretty uncomfortable when you see a shot coming in. Robertson can shoot a puck pretty hard, but when it's coming around your ear, make a goalie feel uncomfortable. A little couple inches higher, and that could be in the back of the net.
48 from behind, sent it in front. Here's Carter that sent it on. Then 48 spun one towards the net wide. Down underneath the net again, near side. Sent down in front. Bouncer take it here out to center. Comes back to Johannesson, and Johannesson's got it. He'll take it and dump it down to the corner. Pop off on the retrieve. Under 4 to play here tonight in game number 2 of this weekend series. Minot State won last night 3-2 in overtime. Paul O'Connor got his first of the year. He was the hero in last night's game. It's the 10th matchup of the year between these two clubs. And Minot State holding a 6-3 advantage in the win column. Some points awarded, however, with the wins and losses in the overtime and shootouts between these two teams. Pop-off away to the near side, comes out to center. Barley moved it back to Cassie. Fired out to Wowrick. Across the zone it comes. Back to Barley, who's in. Barley fired on. Stop was made again by Brower, and it's on the near side wing. We're down to 3 minutes to play here in this third period. Doyle's got it down and deep underneath the net. Now Barley looking for the outlet, finds it. Soar shoots. He scored! Under 3 to play, and Soar from Barley. And the Beavers are on the board for the first time in tonight's hockey game. They lead 1-0. On the goal that's fired in from Eric Soar, his 4th of the year, point number 14.
Soar with a nice read coming up for the blue line. Barley looking for him, though. Looked like the whole time saw him coming. Hit him tape to tape, and Soar got it off pretty quick. You know, puts it on the ice instead of going high, missing the net. Puts it on the ice, maybe going for a bit of a rebound, but finds a way through.
Clark on the retrieve. We'll listen in to Tyler L for the official credit. Barley's going to get the assist. So is Soar. Cochran's back underneath the goal now. Cochran trying to send it out front. Worked up to Cassie at the line. Sent in. Brower made the save.
Assisted by Skinner for 82, Carter Barley. That's Barley. That's Soar from Barley.
Soar from Barley, and it's 1-0 Minot State on top. As that one dumped in on Brower, and he'll make the save.
Well, that's 3 goals now, and 2 in the final 3 to 5 minutes last night for let up for Jamestown, and now tonight, the only goal of the game led in the last 3 minutes.
Sheldon, fancy move, he's in. Oh, he hit the pipe up on the elbow. Went top shelf. Had Brower beat, but he hit the red iron. Taken here by Heidkamp. Shuffled it across. Paluk sends it down. O'Connor on the retrieve. Can the Beavers hang on for 1:38? Way to the near side it comes, and out to center. It's going to be taken here by Carter. Cross to Davis Sheldon again. Look for Jamestown to pull their netminder with under 90 seconds to play in the third. Big hit on the near side by Richter. Hit on Paluk. Paluk scrubs with him back at center. It's going to be taken here by Suzinski, who's in over the line. Offsides the call, and the faceoff will come back in the neutral ice zone. We're down to 1:13 to play. Eric Soar's goal, his 4th of the year. Is the only one to report. Barley had the assist on the play, and a timeout will be called here by Dean Stork, the head coach of the Jimmies. 1-0 Minot State on top. Timely goal there.
Yeah, if I'm Minot State now, nothing pretty. Hit the red and get it deep. I wouldn't. They'll probably send a forechecker, but even in a situation like this, wouldn't mind a trap where a guy sits about the top of the circles, forces Jamestown to go one way, and then once they're at the blue line, they have a guy waiting, trap him, cause him to turn over, and get a puck back deep. Right now, don't have to worry about too much offense. You're just protecting your own zone.
Nothing like having a shutout blown with under 3 minutes left in the game, under 5, even under 10 in the third.
It's one blowing it, when your team's up by 2 or 3 goals or more. But then when you're tied 0-0 and goals have been tough to come by, it's a different story.
Empty net at the other end of the ice. No, Dean Stork's going to tell Brower to go back into the blue paint. And Brower's going to wait up at the hash in the center slot. Venny's going to take it. Then it's taken here by Dylan Cassie. And he just drops that one in like a raindrop here with 1:03 left in the third. Here's the 1 minute call. Thank you, Tyler L. Puck's going to be dumped in from center. Duran's out of the net to play it. Duran with a backhand, shuffling it away from everybody, and it's going to come back into the possession here where Barley moves it up. Popoff's got it at the line. Sent back down into the corner. Scrum forward here. Barley's on it. He spins it away. Crom's got it on the near wing. Crom dropped it back off. Up top, calling for it. Clark makes a move, turns and fires. Hall swept out of there. And Robertson tried to clear. Popoff to hold. At the line, pop off again, shuffled in deep, 25 seconds to play in regulation. Cassie down low, trying to tie it up. It's going to come out of there now to the near side for Butler. Butler, far point, up top for Clark. Turns it, fires big, waffle board stop, 10 seconds, cut him down. It's a player in the crease. Chad Durant just pulled down inside the blue paint to the faceoff. It's going to come out of the zone, and then Barley's going to grab 21, and now we're going to have a little bit of a Donnybrook. Everybody, here we go. That's going to bring everybody to volume here tonight. We got a little bit of a scrum going on. Everybody partnered up, and Dylan Cassie wants a piece all of a sudden here.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to actually go at it now. We're going to have Barley squared off here in an old school 40-style boxing event as Barley's got the gloves on. He and Vanny are going to go at it. Barley pumps him with one, gets the jersey over his head. Oh boy, Barley sticking it to him. Gets another one over the top, and Barley continuing to drop some haymakers. Vanny takes him down. Vanny gives him an extra one after. And Barley going off into the room. How do you like Saturday nights? We're not done yet. We got another one brewing. Doyle wants some now. How do you like this on a Saturday night with 6.2 seconds remaining? We haven't seen an old school 40-style boxing match like that in a while. I'm not sure the boys are done yet.
We got some going on the bench here, a little tripping back and forth.
The benches. Dylan Cassie continuing to talk it over with Butler. This place is going bananas. Probably 500 people in here, but they are enjoying themselves on a Saturday night here at the Pepsi Ring.
You know, there's a lot of people that hate fighting in hockey and, you know, think it doesn't deserve a place, but I love it. I love it. You know, it's NHL, protect your star guys. You know, I think it's needed as far as if there's something bad, you got to stick up for your actions. We talked about being accountable for your actions. You know, that's one way to do it. And I love a good fight and a good hockey game.
Here's how I see it. I said it was brewing like a North Dakota thunderstorm all night long. These two teams, the 10th matchup of the year. You get that out of your system now. We probably don't see any more of that. Maybe we do. Maybe it generates even more of it. But it's kind of like when you get that craving in the middle of the night and you go out to the fridge and there's brownies on the counter instead of grabbing just a glass of water to tide yourself over.
You want the whole thing.
You want the whole thing, and that's kind of what you get here. After a certain point, you get to a point where you've had enough of it, and that's all it will be.
Yeah, I agree. You know, after something like that, you get the odd games where, you know, you have fights throughout. But, you know, game of college hockey, if you see a fight, you see it, and then after that, you know, it tones back down a little bit. You know, people get what they need to say out, and back to hockey after that.
Are we going to face it off at center with 6.2 remaining and see any more of this? That's the question. Players of the game, time to send your votes in. Looks like Robertson wants a bit of Clark. And they send Jordan Robertson off to the locker room. Crom's going to go down and talk to his goaltender here. They're still having a conversation at the bench. Well, will we see more, or are we going to be done?
Well, the refs are definitely going to be on edge here at the end of the game once the handshakes come out.
Well, here we go. Face off in the neutral ice zone. And we'll see. Carter's going to line up next to Cohen Wells. Are they going to go at it? We're going to see a little bit more here, possibly. Dumped in on Chad Duran. Oh, boy, O'Connor drops the guy down to the corner. And now Carter's tied it up. Blake Fournier's in there. Regulation is over, and we're not done with the rough stuff yet. Everybody partnered up here. Blake Fournier's got a handle on 21. Going Wells. Student section is at volume. Eric Steele, the official, trying to get everybody out of there. Jordan Kelly's got a handle on Blake Fournier, and Blake Fournier just hit the sweet chin music. Final tonight is the Beavers 1-0. Take the win over Jamestown. They're going to celebrate. This place comes unglued again. How did you like a Saturday night affair where Minot State takes down Jamestown 1-0 here tonight? My goodness. Well, that was worth sticking around for a full day. Are we going to shake hands in the handshake line, or are we going to have some rough stuff here? Are we done yet? We're going to keep it right here to find out and see what happens as the teams salute each other. Nothing wild yet. Looks like they're going to be done for the night. The MSU Beavers are going to celebrate a win here tonight. Chad Duran celebrates a big victory and a shutout for him. Minot State's going to salute their fans at center. There they do it now, and the Beavers go on for the victory here tonight, 1-0. Holden and I will come back with our stars of the game reset here tonight. And a little bit of everything, including an old-fashioned Donnybrook, where the players dropped the helmets, they dropped the gloves, they squared it off. I felt like I was in the time machine back into the 1990s watching the Saskatchewan Junior League and the Minot Americans play. Beavers get the win 1-0 tonight. Postgame show comes up next.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Final tonight, 1-0. Minot State gets the victory over Jamestown, and we had some rough stuff at the end. Nick Holberg and Holden Kurtz to break it down. Holden, your thoughts on the hockey game? That one, for goalies like us and fans, of a low-scoring game. That one kind of as good as it gets with a little fight at the end. You got to like that, too.
Yeah, it was a good defensive battle throughout. You know, personally, I think Minot State a little lucky to get away with the 1-0 win. You know, 2 5-minute majors, probably close to 20 to 28 minutes of penalty minutes for power play time for them, and don't find a way to capitalize, but you know, they end up coming out on top at the end of the game.
Scoring recap and a short one here tonight. 2:59 remaining in the third. Soar scored his 4th of the year. Barley had the assist. We got down to 6 seconds left in the hockey game, and there was a fight at the blue line. Inside the blue line, I should say, that generated back in the defensive zone. Everybody partnered up, and then hang on tight, the old school. Mitts were dropped, and we had a tilt. Final shots, 26-24. Right into our stars of the game here tonight. Brought to you by Minot's finest collision center. You've got Soar and Barley on the score sheet. You've got Brower with 25 on 26 tonight. You've got Duran with 24 and 24. Got a fight from Barley. Barley had an assist in a fight tonight. He's got to be in my conversation. You go both goaltenders, or do you leave one of those goaltenders out and put Sora there for the game winner? That's the question.
You know, I think, me personally, I'd go Duran, one of them, and I got Sore for another, and then, you know, I'd go Barley or Brower there. But, you know, winning team. Barley, I'd give it to Barley, this one.
Let the hometown team and the Victors come out with the 3 stars here tonight. They certainly were. According to the fans in the venue, that's how they would vote them here tonight. Those are our 3 stars of the game. Solid honorable mention, of course, to Tyson Brower, who was good tonight. Didn't get scored on until 2:59 left. Closing thoughts here tonight to this matchup that Minot State takes care of business on their home ice.
Yeah, it was a big regulation win. As those you get in the overtime games, and those just count as ties in the standings. And we were talking about rankings earlier. It's more important to get those regulation wins compared to overtime. So Minot State, good sweep this weekend, and Jamestown looking to recover next week.
Sure appreciate your time. Always fun working with you. Great to see you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you back here on Wednesday night for Minot State and the Mountain Lumberjacks when they come to town. 7 o'clock game on Wednesday. Hope you folks join us then. Beavers get the win tonight. First International Bank and Trust scoreboard reads 1-0. Minot State sweeps the weekend over the Jimmies. That was a fun one tonight at the Pepsi Rig. Thanks for joining us. Please have a good night and God bless.